and I'll say it over and over, and the Bitcoin maxes will yell at me. Without financial institutions, capital sits idle in mattresses. I believe that Solana has the chance to emerge as the tech that it should be, as opposed to the manipulative scam. Are you fucking kidding me? Look, the movement of coins is normal, right? But these old wallets, some of them people thought were lost, abandoned, stolen, tainted, whatever. You could make the good case, which is, hey, someone recovered their phrase, or they got the multi-sig they needed, or whatever, and that increases liquidity. Or there's the flip side, which is, people are panicking, they're getting ready to dump, and bringing it on back to exchange so they can sell. I didn't see that movement. Now, I didn't do a thorough on-chain analysis to find out, but I probably think it's just the market's maturing. There's so much scrutiny. Look, I think that is a really interesting element of an immature market. Right? Just concentrated pockets of illiquidity that generate risk. And one of the things about Bitcoin in particular is the incremental movement of coins is pretty low relative to the number of coins that are either hodled or lost, stolen, whatever. There's all kinds of theories on the Satoshi wallet. Craig's like, it's mine. Well, prove it, Craig. I mean, move something from it. So, the better, more likely scenario is it really was a multi-sig, and they can't get all the SIGs now because someone has passed away. That seems more likely to me. But name a CEO of any organization that didn't take some chips off the table at some point. We live in this crazy time. I mean, I shouldn't say crazy. This unique time that social media and 24/7 always on media, not just MSM, but the citizen media, where people are trying to make a name for themselves. They may be trying to manipulate markets. It's tough. And now with increasing deep fake stuff,
Chair Powell got tricked by some Russian hackers.
Yes. Yeah.
Pretending to be President Zelensky, and he ended up talking to this guy for 15 minutes.
Absolutely. But prank calling's been going on since I was a kid, right? We used to prank call all the time. Call people literally on the phone. But but to get through security, right? That was there no security in terms of maybe checking the phone number? I would think he would make calls, not take calls. And that wasn't even like deep fake. Those were just human beings, pretending to be someone else. I don't even want to talk about it. It's like one of the dumbest topics, and it happens every few years, and people wring their hands, and the Treasury Secretary gets up and says, there'll be nuclear winter effects if this is. Are you kidding me? Right? I mean, the idea that somebody somewhere thought that it was a good idea to put a ceiling. There's inflation to think about. There's, assets and liabilities. And, this is the part that I always struggle with. I saw the map recently of all the assets, the land that the US government owns. It's like it's a big chunk of America, particularly the West. The government owns most of the land. Those assets are valuable, right? So yes, there are liabilities. And no, we could not pay all our liabilities back. We could not pay all the debt back. It's impossible. Okay, unless we sell assets, or we, enter into contracts such that, we promise future revenues or other things like that. And so this nonsense every year and the political thing, like who would vote? Who are the 215 idiots that voted to destroy the functioning of the economy by saying the world's risk-free asset is no longer risk-free, that we're going to default on it? Who's the idiot? Think how long it would take a bank to get 100 billion of assets. First Republic pissing on graves. I mean, look, people are pissing on this grave. They are burying this business. They're basically saying it's dead and buried, and stock's down 98, 97, whatever percent. It's really sad the way I think the way people are acting around this whole crisis. I mean, we're in a banking crisis, and it's not getting as much attention as the global financial crisis. And yet I'll argue this is worse because we're fundamentally chipping away at the bedrock of what makes our society great. And I'll say it over and over, and the Bitcoin maxes will yell at me. Fractional reserve banking is what makes society great. It just does. And by chipping away at the foundation of that, by eroding the confidence in the confidence game, it's, that's a con game. That's a con. No, confidence. It's about confidence and making capital work. Without financial institutions, capital sits idle in mattresses and countries implode. This is the plan. And it is sinister, and it is happening right in front of our eyes. And what's going to happen on Sunday, right? Savior Sunday. So Sinister Saturday, Savior Sunday. My guess, First Republic becomes part of JP Morgan this weekend. If your plan, right, is to erode the confidence in the banking system and lead deposits to funnel up into the largest institutions, which you control at the government level. If then the next step, the end game, is you don't need any of that, good citizens of America. We, the government, are here to help. And we are going to eliminate all of your fears with this beautiful, lovely CBDC. You just put your money in the Fed and we will take care of it. You'll never have to worry about it again. Are you fucking kidding me? You are an optimistic soul. You're not ruined by age and skepticism. You believe in the goodness of people. And I'm telling you, these people are not good. It had nothing to do with the Fed. It had to do, as always, with Warren getting richer. And I mean, this is an amazing story. So John Goodfriend, inappropriately named because it turns out he had no friends. John Goodfriend, ran this business and it was elegant in its execution. Merriweather and all these guys and yes, they made a mistake, right? They applied too much leverage to merger arbitrage. Who made it get not approved? It couldn't possibly be bribery. It couldn't possibly be lobbying. And who would benefit if that decision were made to not approve that particular deal? Karma's a bitch. And so when Lehman got in trouble, there were a whole bunch of people who were like, I'm going to get my revenge. This guy was a dick to me. I'm not casting aspersions. I'm just telling you what people say and what real people who were involved in the situation, who had the opportunity, turnabout is fair play. We do these weekly webinars, and we had one last night on digital assets, and this nonsense came up about, FTX has recovered $7 billion and we're going to restart. I am incensed that people print this gibberish, right? Recovered, valuing FTX at a big number because somebody, and it was probably frickin' Sam from his parents' house instead of jail, pumped the price of FTT on 7 shares. And it's not shares, but 7 coins. I mean, there's no volume. But the price went up. So, oh my God, this is great. You can't liquidate FTT at any value other than close to zero. No chance. And look, Solana, we still own a bunch of Solana, but there's some stuff, like David from Mad Lads. Yeah, the Mad Lads. Okay. I mean, that's a real thing. There's people spending thousands of dollars on those particular NFTs and they're on Solana. Okay. And some of them have gone up a lot. In theory, they've gone up a lot. I mean, people are posting a value of a lot. No one's actually hitting the bid, but okay. So there is some activity and there's some developer activity. So there was a point a couple months ago where I wasn't so sure it wasn't going to zero, but now I think there's some there and there's some development activity. I hope, because it does have some characteristics that are positive. The problem for me with Solana, at least as I understand it, and I'm not a coder, but at least as I understand it, it's not 100% accurate. And so for gaming or rendering or stuff, that's okay. NFTs, that's okay. But for anything to do with value and money, not okay. 100%, we need 100%. I believe that Solana has the chance to emerge as the tech that it should be, as opposed to the manipulative scam that it was created by Sam and a few others and some people that I actually chose to partner with, that I'm not happy that they were involved in that. I think we might be able to move beyond. Bankruptcy law is designed to transfer the money from the company to the advisors and lawyers.